I'd just like to introduce now to Adrienne, and she's going to say a few words on her investigation.
Oh, thanks so much. Journalists here, that's great, but from the people who can't, who really can't. Thanks to Ashley, and Ashley's amazing on Martha, the woman behind the line. It's been such a pleasure working with these ladies, it really has. And I just want to say that Ashley isn't just, Ashley and Martha aren't just women against the world, they're the girls for health and healing. Because they are giving, my son has autism, and unfortunately it's unfolding that autism is very much exacerbated by fluoride toxicity. This is one of the things that's just coming out at the moment. And there's quite a few scientists that I've interviewed now who are linking autism, which is increasing alarmingly in our society, with fluoride. And I have to say that Aisling and her mum, they're not just against things, they're for things, because they are helping my son so much at the moment with their advice about nutrition and how to heal him from his toxic experience. You know, which is also through fluoride, unfortunately for him, being a sensitive boy. But look, I'm not going to take up any of this huge amounts of blather on about. I've never come across such a disturbing story as this in my entire life. There's an amazing man here tonight, Patrick Kegan is his name. He's from Askeaton in Limerick, and he's from a community of about 800 people who are actually being poisoned at the moment with industrial fluoride, and that's also being covered up by the state. You know, and there are strong links, there's reasons why we are being fluoridated. I'm not going to go into them now, but it is connected with industrial poisoning as well. The other, just there's one very clear thing one very important thing that I want to say. The most important thing that I've unearthed, I think, in this investigation is that the reason we have fluoride in water, the reason the judge back in 1963 went against Richie Ryan, who tried to stop this, is that a man called Harold Hodge, the scientist from the States, came over and gave testimony in a high court for 6 days in Dublin in 1963. And what he said was fraudulent at the time, and he knew it was fraudulent. He said that fluoride is safe at 1 part per million in the water, and that there's nothing wrong with it, and it's safe and it's effective. He knew at the time, and there's hard evidence of this now when he died in the mid-90s, it's come out, that he knew it was neurotoxic at just 1 part per million. It's only 6 years ago that they stopped dosing us at 1 part per million, and it's neurotoxic. So that judgment is based on a piece of fraudulent evidence. That man, Harold Hodge, it came out after he died, it turned out that he was actually probably the most horrible human experimenter that the United States has ever seen. The other horrible thing he did as well is dosing hundreds of thousands of people with fluoride as an experiment, was that he was injecting plutonium and uranium into terminally ill patients just to see what would happen to them. He was being paid by industry to see what would happen to people with that huge doses. And that's a very, very important piece of information. Anyway, on that cheery note, so many people here, and thanks so much for Niall, Twitter editor, being so supportive, you know, in the face of all sorts of threats. So let's hope we get a lot more journalists on this, and everybody keep talking, because it is exacerbating every disease. It causes disease, it exacerbates disease. Do not drink it. I feel a million times better since I stopped consuming it. Stop drinking it. Don't let your friends and family drink it. It's toxic. Okay. One final thing. There's a lot of people who've been involved in this campaign. Niall said his dad was involved in this campaign, you know, in the 1960s. And it's been built and built, and so many people have struggled to get the truth out about this. And one of the main reasons that we're succeeding now is that we're in the information age where it's out. You can click online, you can read the reports yourself. They can't pass you off as a crank anymore. They're all up online. But this has been built on top of Robert Pocock, Ivor Pocock, Don McCauley, and amazing people, lots of amazing people. So, and Walter Graham, another campaigner. So anyway, listen, thanks so much for coming tonight, and I'll pass you back over. I'm passing back to Ashton. And well done to these amazing women.
audience yet?
He's here now.
Jackson, how can I introduce you? You are our hero, our humanitarian, and I don't know how you can go on. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Jackson Wall.
Thanks very much, folks. First and foremost, again, I want to congratulate Ashley and her mother and her team, all the ladies and gentlemen that took part in this calendar to raise funds for the campaign. It's really important, folks. Someone said on my Facebook there recently, you know, how were they successful in Israel in terms of stopping fluoridation over there? They were successful because a generous benefactor put the finance up to fund a legal team to take the case. And in Ireland, you know, there are many generous benefactors in this country, but they prefer to put their money into horses, horse racing, and anything else rather than public health. So we can't rely on a generous benefactor. We can only rely on ourselves. And if we want to learn from other countries in terms of how they've managed to stop fluoridation, reading Dr. Mullenberg's book about how they did it in the Netherlands is